Welcome back, everybody, after that shorter than usual last episode, because, well, I didn't expect the scene to take over 30 minutes, and it was already a long session. Yeah, we'll be back to a normal size episode today as we get started in the Reverie corridor, where we can have everybody here. So, we'll talk to people, see what's going on, maybe try and catch a big fish. We'll see. Wow! This Sanctum thing's got practically everything you'd need for loafing and lounging. I'm kinda impressed. Indeed. And what with its facilities for gear maintenance and the like, I'd say it makes for an excellent base of operations. Ditto to that. Plus, a nice little gathering spot like this will give us just the opportunity we need to build friendships and forge bonds. Speaking of which, you two care to break the ice over some tea? Come on. What do you say, Beauty's Blade, Miss A-lister? Oh, I'm good for the moment, thank you. I'd like to finish exploring the facilities here before I'm called elsewhere. Yeah, probably best we understand how things here work before we take off on our next dungeon crawl. But hey, you want to take a break? Go for it. Damn, you ladies really are professionals. Nah, I'll help. Please let me help. Shut down hard, Crow. I imagine reclaiming the garden might help to prepare us for hostile situations in the real world as well. The facilities here would certainly come in handy in such matters. Make sure you get a good grasp on them while you still can, Van. Fumbled that one big time. Probably a sign I should be taking things more seriously, huh? I mean, seeing as we're kicking into full gear now, about time I started pulling my weight, yeah? I gave you about $1.30. If you ask me, this place is gonna work just fine as a base. Especially with all these high-tech gadgets and gizmos. Guess we better start learning their ins and outs, yeah? Well, a campsite. Got a fire and everything. Almost brings to mind the sort of campsite a group of heroes might make before they set off for the Demon Lord's castle. Got a pretty relaxing vibe to it, honestly. Does that mean we can do stuff? Aww. Nothing? Nothing? Bummer. Looks like there's enough room to do some weapons maintenance at least. Might even be able to set up a little training area too. It'll give us a chance to familiarize ourselves with one another's fighting styles. I used to set up camps like this all the time when I was a Jaeger. More to the point though, this Sanctum place is actually pretty nice. Think I'll be making the most of it while I still can. Wow! I can't believe the garden set up a whole campsite for us. It's kind of reminding me of when our Jaeger Corps would go out on campaigns together. Really. Hey, Orion. You find anything out about that stone monument? Well, I still don't understand how it functions exactly, but I was able to determine its purpose, at least. Apparently, it's called a reminiscence pedestal. It seems to be a device that enables you to view past events recorded in things called memento orbs. View past events? There was something similar in the base area of the Reverie corridor, too. Sounds like you're pretty familiar with the setup, then. But anyway, memento orbs, huh? Do you have any idea what they might be? Yeah, I think so. When we were running around here earlier, I got something that matches the description. Suppose I can give it a try later. Additionally, The pedestal seems to have some additional functions that remain hidden for the moment. It would seem you'll simply have to learn more as you use it. Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the lowdown. We really appreciate all the help, Altina. It's no trouble. All of you were the ones helping us at the Foundation, after all. By the way, this door leads to the Epstein workshop. And this one leads to Grimoire Decryption. You can make use of the doors whenever you want to access those facilities from this area. Roger that. Well, those are some things to do. This base appears to be equipped with all the facilities we could possibly need, and we even have access to the Epstein workshop from here as well. The pedestal remains a bit of a mystery, however. If you find any memento orbs on your travels, why don't you set them there to see what happens? So Reverie had something similar, and among the last ones you got was the first introduction of Shizuna, with Shizuna and Reen's first encounter, along with Ren's first bout at the Aramis Academy with the senator's son. So there can be some interesting story bits here coming up. What's up? Something the matter? No, it's just... It looks like Albert's been trying to get a hold of me. Sorry, if you'll excuse me for a moment. Hello? Right, of course. Oh. Sure, that's fine. I'll see you later then. More student council work? It doesn't sound like it. He said he had something he wanted to talk to me about, so we made plans to meet up in a bit. I know we're probably going to have a meeting after this, but do you mind if I head out for a little? He said it wouldn't take very long, so I imagine I'll be back before we start anyway. Fine by me. Take all the time you need. I wonder why Albert needed to talk to me on such short notice. He said it wouldn't take very long, but, well, sorry. If you don't mind, I'm just going to slip out for a bit. Oh, I simply adore the atmosphere in here. The architecture is so refined and elegant. Though, admittedly, I'm a bit disappointed by its lacking a cafeteria. Okay, well, let's go to Grimoire Decryption. Because we have a bunch of those.
Welcome to my study.
Yeah, we can do 100 twice.
What are we going to get?
I don't know, what are we going to get? You tell me. Accessories, droplets, glasses, Zypha covers, soundtrack, lots of quartz. Yeah.
That went well.
Looks like a U material. Connection piece. Hello. What are those? What are those? Zypha cover Aaron. Fox ears. Several connection pieces. Panacea, Mugen Cairo. Exceed. Grendel Skillstone. Student Council Band. Three U material. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that again.
Beginning decryption.
Beginning decryption.
How pretty.
How pretty. Looks like more U material. Lots and lots of quartz. Couple skill
That went well.
stones. Do. U material times 3. Pearl ring. Metallic red glasses. Way to the waterfall. The endless sea of sand. Do or die. Okay.
What are we going
And
to
we'll just do
get?
one more for good measure.
How pretty! That went well.
Yeah. That's not so big a deal. What is in the Epstein workshop?
Welcome.
Feels a little weird seeing you here after we were just chit-chatting in the Sanctum a second ago. That is an understandable sentiment. Now, I have 2 announcements to make. The first pertains to switching avatars. Avatar? Oh, right. Little piece we use to move around on the game board. Correct. As well as those responsible for overseeing the workshop and the decryption of grimoires. Even now, you are interfacing with one such avatar, which utilizes a predetermined patterned responses to communicate. Regarding the workshop, its administrators are Instructor Toa and myself. Additionally, I manage the grimoire decryptions together with Lapis. Should you wish to change who manages which facility, you are free to do so at any time. Select Change Avatars. Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind. As for the other announcement, there is a new addition to the Epstein Workshop, the Grim Arena. This will allow you to partake in various combat challenges, as well as a fishing simulator. Incidentally, it hosts 2 other recreational activities as well. There are others more qualified to elucidate you on that matter, however, so I will turn it over to them. How's it going? Fancy meeting you here in this virtual world. So this is the Grim Garden? Huh. It's got a pretty mysterious vibe going on. Jack? Hallie? The heck are you 2 doing in this place? We're here on a job, as it turns out. We were hired to be card dealers in the Grim Arena. For blackjack and poker, specifically. I'll be in charge of the former, and Jack will be handling the latter. Technically, you'll only be playing against avatars, but if you think they won't kick your butts, well, I got some bad news for you. The Foundation's got some weird development priorities, but whatever. I'm game. I'll be waiting for you. Later, Van. Altina. Thank you very much, you 2. To summarize, you're free to play card games in the Grim Garden whenever you like. Okie dokie, I'll keep that in mind too.
Please select a
Well,
store. This is what we
what
have
do
for
we
sale.
have? That would be a hard nope. That would be a hard nope.
Thank you very much. This is what we have for sale.
Okay. What do you have for sale? Well, not for naught. Okay. I mean, Might as well. Staff. What now? Staff crest. Ooh. Yes, please. Debuff immunity 60%. Evasion 10%. Blade crest. Crit plus strength. All right. Ooh. Speed and movement, huh? Nope. Don't have that yet. Don't have that yet. Why do I feel like I've been missing things? Grumble. Eight U material plus. Okay, but I can only get 2 more. Rats. Oof. Okay, well, we are absolutely. I have a fear too. Okay, do I have a recluse? I mean, that's pretty freaking nice. Oh. Experience plus 1,000. Up to level 28, so it can only get you up as far as your maximum level characters. Well, see, I definitely want one of those. I have one of those. Then maybe I'll wait.
Thank you very much. All sorts of
Orbment
things.
shop. Modify orbment. Yes. Reen. You got that. You got that. Kevin? No. 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 Sure, Reen can do that. Fairy gets that. I feel like that's a Kevin one. Rufus likes his coffee. Honestly, that's going to be you. Altina. Swin. Fee's going to stick with the Bracer Guild. Bearguard gets that. Judith gets that. Ketra gets that. Aaron gets that one. Yes. Okay. Open slots. Yes. Well, you have a fear too. I feel like that should be on somebody else. Evade 2. Oh, Van has the evade 3. Good. As it should be. And that's going to be it for that. Oh, maybe. That'll be it for that. Nadia. Swin. Yep. Okay.
Please come back again anytime. Please select a service. This is what we have for sale.
I have 420 points. 50 points. What kinds of things do we have? Connection pieces. Skill stones. I can see Crow with purple hair. Swap Crow. Ooh, yes. Lapis. Sure. Rosette. Might as well.
Please come back again anytime.
Oh.
Music modifications then? Enjoy your adventure.
All right. Costume. Oh, you are so getting. Sunglasses. Let's go with the light purple. You've got the classic look. Go fairy, blonde, pink brown. And we can rock that for a while. Kevin, my dude. You've already got the sunglasses. Yes. Altina? Yes. Gotta go with that classic look, Nod. Yo, Fee. You are so... Fee's doing the sporty thing. It's much more Fee than Altina. There we go. There we go. Not a fan. You're okay, Judith. Sure. You're gonna match Reen, buddy. Also, it clashes with your hair. All right, we're gonna rock that. We're gonna rock this town. A reminiscence pedestal, huh? Wonder what it'll show me. Might as well give it a try. Songs my mother taught me. Yes. The girl had been an orphan her whole life. 50 years had passed since Calvert became a republic, and its new capital, Edith, had grown rapidly in those decades. Where there had previously only been 3 districts, Alber, Tyrell, and Vantale, there were now 7, and the city's population had doubled. However, where there is bright light, dark shadows are cast. The city's explosive growth saw many people left behind in its wake. Those people became derelicts, drifters, prostitutes, beggars, urchins, pickpockets, thieves, and bandits. Among them was a little girl, orphaned from birth. She was something of a pickpocketing savant, having been trained by an old thief. Every day she would take to the streets, making marks of the bourgeoisie who went about flaunting their status. Though she got along with the old thief, he was prone to violence when he drank. When she was 12 years old, his chronic disease took him. After pushing the old man's remains to the church, the girl felt a strange mix of relief and emptiness. She then wandered to the city's outskirts. She found herself on a plateau overlooking a gorgeous view. Though still under development, several mansions had already been built in the area.
I think this place is called Leva or something.
As the sun sank in the sky, the mansions appeared empty to the girl, and the grand cityscape below her seemed entirely devoid of life.
I could probably pocket some good stuff here sometime.
She mumbled to herself listlessly and turned to leave, but stopped in her tracks when a fine-looking house at the top of the hill caught her eye. It was white, neither too large nor too small, and had a tasteful air that set it apart from the garish houses of the newly rich. For whatever reason, it was this house that offended the girl far more than any of the grotesquely lavish buildings in the area. She hid herself and snuck a peek at the front lawn. The garden there was carefully maintained, and the grounds and the building modest and clean. It was immediately clear to the girl that this was not the work of a hired gardener or a cleaning service. The owner had done all this himself.
Pisses me off. You think you're so much better than everyone else, huh?
As the daylight began to wane, she made up her mind. Twilight would be the perfect time for a robbery. Even if the owner was home, she was confident in her ability to snatch something of value without being spotted. Then, just as the girl was getting ready to climb over the stubby outer wall and sneak her way in, she heard the light tinkling of a piano coming from inside. The melody flitted delicately on the air, accompanied by the sound of a woman's voice, singing with a range and vibrancy that belied her years. Before the girl realized it, she had walked through the front gate and entered the property, as though the music was drawing her in. The mansion's front door wasn't even locked. As she stepped into the house, the girl briefly mused about how careless the owner must be. Navigating through the mansion toward the music, the girl felt a strange sense of exhilaration the closer she got to the source. And then, there it was. A small grand piano was locked away in the corner of the living room, and there, spinning melody and song neatly together, sat a gentle, old woman. The girl stood there dumbfounded, the music enveloping her like a mother's embrace. Without her realizing it, a tear streamed down her cheek.
And what have we here? A guest, perhaps?
The old woman called out to the girl in a soft voice, her smile gentle and heartfelt. Now, who was that about? Because that was about one of our people. That's somebody we know. What I saw just now seems like it was a memory from a long time ago. Suppose I'll keep it in the back of my mind for now. About the reminiscence pedestal. You can use the pedestal to view memories of the past sealed inside the different memento orbs. You can also view past connection events that Van has experienced, as well as peer into alternative timelines to view unseen connection events. However, in order to do so, you will need to consume connection pieces, which you can obtain in the Grim Garden. Oh, yay, we can see missed connection events. That's nice. We'll do that. Connection events. Agnes, Aaron, Ketra, Bergard. We will do that some other time. We have one with Altina. We have one with Lapis. Okay. That is good to know, and we will definitely make use of that. Professor Novartis of the Society. The man is practically Grand's polar opposite. That he has the technical capabilities to take control of the garden is incredible, frankly, but I refuse to let him get away with this. And you won't have to if we all work together, Ketra. Not with people like Rufus on our side. Thanks for agreeing to join up with us, by the way. Indeed. To find myself collaborating with the Thor's crew once more is certainly a strange twist of fate, but a welcome one, all the same. And of course, I look forward to working with you and yours as well, Arkride. By the by, would you have a moment to speak about those useful little bulletin board jobs of yours? We'd hope to ask your permission to take them on. Huh? I mean, yeah, sure. Just hit me up before we log out. Yeah. Any help would be much appreciated. I have a feeling we shouldn't let our guards down around this guy. Oh, definitely not. We can't afford to lose to Novartis. And considering our combined strength, I'm confident we won't. Not if we work together. Given how widespread we are, I imagine actually working together might be a bit difficult. And that's not even to mention our differing goals. Well, even so, I'll continue to do my best to provide support from the sidelines. We'll get through this. Standing here in this grim garden, I can't help being reminded of the Reverie garden we encountered in Crossbell. Anyhow, I look forward to working together. Thor's Arkwright Solutions. I'm sure you do, Rufus. I'm sure you do. You've already caught 2? Nice job, phony father. I'm just getting started over here. Wait, who you calling phony father? I'm as real as they come, you little punk. Sounds like you two are having fun. I only meant to give this a quick try, but I ended up getting sucked in. Even though this is virtual reality, this is such a gem of a spot, I feel like I gotta tell my fishing buddy about it. Fishing buddy, huh? Sounds like you've got a pretty eclectic circle of friends. You're the last guy I want to hear that from, Arkride. Anyway, a chance to fish in a spot this nice doesn't come along every day. If you feel like casting a line, you're welcome to join me. Sure thing. I'll hit you up when the mood takes me. About the fishing spot in the Interstitial Sanctum. The types of fish that can be caught in the Interstitial Sanctum will increase as the story progresses. You can also catch fish that you may have missed in previous areas, though their appearance rate in the Sanctum will be lower. Well...
Search time.
What do we got?
Let's do this thing.
Yeah. Okay. Marduke's always looking for ways to knock my socks off, I swear. I mean, fishing in VR? More importantly, though, don't worry too much about taking back the garden and all that. With this group, we'll have it back to normal in no time. Going fishing in a virtual simulation? Weird as hell, not gonna lie. But hey, guess there are worse ways of letting off steam. This priest guy's a pretty decent hand at it, too. Maybe I'll challenge him to a fishing face-off sometime. Yeah, I don't know. He went rounds with Estelle, so you know, and I mean Estelle, Reen, and Lloyd are all ace anglers by all accounts. At least they were when I played. Still can't believe this place has a thermae of all things. Really is a magnificent sight. Yeah, it's nice how it's structured to let you enjoy the scenery outside while you bathe. But I think what I like most is how similar the water is to a natural hot spring. Oh yes, that reminds me, Reen. Your hometown is Emir, correct? The town known as the Hot Springs Paradise? Ah, that checks out. Makes sense you've got such discerning tastes when it comes to bathing. Yeah, I suppose so. Incidentally, it would seem this bathhouse is known as the Holy Spirit Spring. The temperature of the area near us is on the low side, about 86 degrees. So you're saying it's basically a big heated swimming pool. This is a perfect chance for me and S to wear our swimsuits and get all flirty poolside. Okay. First off, I take issue with you treating a bathhouse of any kind as a swimming pool. Second, you want to get all lovey-dovey, get a room. On the topic of swimsuits, it seems we can all use the outdoor area at the same time, so long as we put on our swimwear. If anyone wants a longer soak, you can grab a towel and use the indoor part of the baths. We can set up different times for the men and women there. A fine plan. I know I'm going to make a beeline for the place whenever I need a soak. Bathe in the Holy Spirit Spring to fully restore your HP, EP, CP, and boost gauge. Use the workshop to discount the cost of using the baths. I'd heard there was a hot spring available in the Merchant Garden as well, but, new or not, the concept of a hot spring in VR is simply fascinating. Well, I look forward to trying it myself someday. Might be a bit different from what we have back at home, but I'm glad we have a hot spring all the same. Now, a little soak to recharge our batteries, be ready to face whatever comes our way. That's not who I was talking to. The numerous support facilities, a hot spring, yes, I think this area will do quite nicely as a base of operations. It would seem we owe Mare a great deal of gratitude. I tell ya, really got to give my props to Mare for this one. It's like the perfect place to kick back and relax. Oh, and I bet the medicinal baths must feel heavenly here. All right, those are next on my list. Yeah, that's fine.
Now this is the life. Being in the buff is quite freeing, actually.
So relaxing. This feels great.
A fresh start.
We'll take it. And I thought there was going to be a 1 for using that. Cool. We'll take it, we'll take it, we'll take it. However, my goodness, Van.
Getting sharper.
Sure.
There it is.
Might as well. Rosette. Scold Raider. What? Well, that's new.
Skill performance enhanced.
CP cost 200. Are you out of your flipping mind?
Skill performance enhanced.
Yeah, Flaming Prayer, definitely. Zahir's Edge.
It's even better
Ignis
now.
Rampage. You're fine.
Acceptable.
Rufus. You know. Let's do that.
I'm finer tuned now.
Yes. Oh, Elaine. What's this? Delay stun damage. Resonant glow. Boost recovery. Well, first we're going to do that. Boost recovery, yes.
I'll hone it further.
Remedy song, you're fine. You're fine. You're doing great, Fee. Bearguard, you... I mean, I'm probably not going to use you much, to be honest.
Another step up.
Shadow clones to deal impede inflicting blows. Yes.
Better with every rehearsal.
Have to remember you have that. At 59 CP, it's a little bit
Another
pricey.
step up.
But... oh my goodness. Shield.
Skill strengthened. Skill strengthened.
Exusia Ray. Yes.
I've done some overclocking.
You have done some overclocking, Ketra. Crow? Crow's fine. Romance of the Four Beastoms.
Getting this choreo down pat.
And that shows you how much I've used Agnes. Howling Roar, Regal Beatdown. Sure. Might as well. What's this? Howling Roar is hate up. That's just damage down. Mortal Raid. Rapid Onslaught. Okay, that'll do us for now. Well then, what do we have? Exit the garden and end the intermission. Yep. Sanctum Sanctorum.
Those are impressive results.
Okay.
Can't complain with that.
Well, let's do that. And I think we will call it there because this next bit is going to be an intro, so it's probably going to take a while, a lot more than the 10 minutes I've got left. So, see you next time.